Communism doesn't work, and neither does Fidel Castro's funeral Jeep. This is Baron reporting from LetMeGetThisRight.com. In weekend news, sure to make every freedom lover smile, the Jeep carrying Fidel Castro's ashes broke down in the middle of his funeral procession through Cuba this weekend. For me, this is further proof that God does have a sense of humor, as what better way to send off the atheist murderer, population enslaving tyrant than to make his Russian-made Jeep break down and need to be pushed down the street while hauling the ashes of his sorry ass off to be stuck in a hole. For more information, let's check out the article from Joel Pollack at Breitbart.com. The Russian-made Jeep carrying the ashes of the late Cuban dictator Fidel Castro broke down in the middle of his funeral procession on Saturday, forcing soldiers to push the vehicle until it could be repaired. Nearly every major news website buried the news, though it was perfectly symbolic of the Cuban regime's economic failures and those of socialism in general. Fox News reported, the breakdown of the Jeep in the midst of the adoring crowds chanting "Long live Fidel" was symbolic of the dual nature of Castro's Cuba. While his legacy inspires fierce adulation by many of the nation's citizens, others continue to grumble about Cuba's autocratic government, inefficient bureaucracy, and stagnant economy. The Wall Street Journal offered more detail. After a final farewell early in the week at Havana's Revolutionary Square, the former president's remains, placed in a small glass-encased casket, began moving east in a cross-country cortege through towns, cities, and listless countryside. The state called it the Caravan of Liberty, the same name the guerrillas called the journey they made from Santiago to Havana to topple the Batista regime in 1959. It didn't all go well, despite the state's attention to details. At one point, soldiers were forced to push the Jeep, towing the remains when it broke down, fitting for a country where vehicles creak along. But mourners along the route across Cuba, waving their country flag, shouted "I am Fidel" and cried before state TV cameras. The Associated Press seemed to ignore the news almost entirely, except in photo captions of the incident. The Russian Jeep carrying the ashes of the late Cuban leader Fidel Castro broke down and had to be pushed for a period on Saturday. Castro's ashes were interred in a private ceremony in the eastern city of Santiago de Cuba on Sunday. His brother and successor Raul declared, somewhat incongruously, that Fidel had not wished a cult of personality to define him after his death. His final resting place will be next to that of Cuban independence hero José Martí. The global left and American media have mourned Castro, whose chief achievement was maintaining an iron grip on power for half a century in defiance of opposition from the United States. His human rights abuses and his economic failures have largely been downplayed. And what else would we expect from the mainstream media than to mourn another tyrant, another dictator, another communist, another socialist? Because they love communists, socialists, and tyrants pretty much like a fat guy likes a cheeseburger. So anyway, this is Baron, reporting from LetMeGetThisRight.com. I want to thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one, and leave your comments below. You can also find more great videos that I'm curating from around the web on LetMeGetThisRight.com, and check out my page on Facebook. Take care, y'all. God bless.